Meat consumption in China has through a remarkable increase in past 3 decades due to China's economic growth and the rise of Chinese people's personal income. As we can see in the chart, the disposable income per person has increased from 14,000 Chinese yuan in 2007 to 34,000 Chinese yuan in 2016. Rising income in China are expected to result in a shift in the consumption of higher quality food products. In the 1960s, meat consumption contributed only 4% for total calories for Chinese people. 19 of the total calories in the 2000s are provided by the meat. However, limited agriculture space, urban expansion, and industrialization prevent Chinese producers from supplying necessary quantity and demanded quality. Because of food safety events, Chinese middle class and higher class customers are concerned more about the safety and quality of their food. They are more willing to buy imported food from the developed world. Pork as the main material for Chinese people's menu. The value of the imported pork from United States increased from 439 million in 2008 to over 1 billion by 2012. Even though China has become the largest agricultural export demander for United States, receiving 18% of total agricultural export value in 2013, but it's still not hard to say that there is a good opportunity for United States to keep the amount and value increasing of meat products export to China. Meat consumption is increasing rapidly due to remarkable economic growth. Meat demand in Chinese agricultural market is increasing because people earn more disposable income than before. Meat product in Chinese agriculture is normal good, with a rise in income lead to rightward shift in the customer's demand curve. The rightward shift of demand curve drives the price up in a short term, and if the quantity demand exceeds the quantity supplied, there will be a market shortage. In the long term, higher price will attract more suppliers into the market and shift the supply curve to right to lower the market price to reach a new market equilibrium. Similarly, in Chinese meat market, the demand for imported goods is rising and demand for domestic meat products falling with the increasing of people's income. That tells us imported meat products is normal good and domestic meat products is inferior goods in Chinese meat market. In Chinese meat market, when people's income increasing, the demand for imported meat product will increase, which lead demand curve move to right, and higher the price in the short term. After price goes up, more supplier enter the market and move the supply curve to right and lower the price to form a new market equilibrium. In the market, imported meat products and domestic meat products are substitutes. When people consume more imported meat products, the demand of domestic meat product will fall. Chinese middle and or upper class customers' preferences are complete, which means they prefer to import imported meat products to domestic meat products.
Speaking of implications for agriculture, according to the data, as a result of economic development, Chinese annual consumption of meat, poultry, and dairy products has increased significantly. Also, because of constantly occurring food safety events in China, such as the milk scandal that occurred in 2008, most Chinese consumers are becoming increasingly concerned about the safety and quality of their food. Due to those reasons, it presents an opportunity for U.S. food products suppliers because U.S. meat products in China currently enjoy a reputation of being safe and of high quality. For the United States, As an exporter of a good, domestic producers of the good are better off, and domestic consumers of the good are worse off. However, trade raised the economic well-being of U.S. in the sense that the gains of the winners exceeds the loss of the losers. Furthermore, for China, which importing meat and poultry from the United States, domestic consumers of the good are better off, and domestic producers of the good are worse off, because Chinese producers are losers in international trade. In order to protect domestic business, Chinese government might have some political clout, such as tariffs and import quotas. On the other hand, while Chinese concerns over food safety present an opportunity for U.S. products, it also poses a threat for foreign products, especially with the new Chinese food safety law. Import products are facing higher barriers to trade due to tightening food safety standards, which are easier to enforce for import products than for the domestic market. So, U.S. meat exports to China have been at the center of trade restrictions and political disputes. Also, China has banned the importation of U.S. pork that is raised with the use of ractopamine. It's a feed additive that promotes lean meat production, and it's readily used in the U.S. swine sector. It is definitely a huge effect on U.S. pork exporters. Moreover, in the beef sector, China is the world's fastest growing beef market and a significant buyer of import beef by volume. Booming domestic demand with tight domestic supply and favorable U.S. pricing are putting increased pressure on the Chinese government to open up the market for U.S. beef. While not as popular as pork, the United States needs to maintain and expand its promotional strategy surrounding beef in China to increase consumer awareness and capture maximum market shares. All in all, to penetrate and expand into the Chinese market for meat, poultry, and other animal protein, U.S. industries need to recognize Chinese consumers' food culture and preference with regards to taste, texture, cost, and emphasize the established safety and quality reputation of U.S. products. Furthermore, as excess demand for animal protein continues to increase under natural and spatial domestic production constraints, the U.S. meat industry is well positioned to capitalize on the growing potential of the Chinese market.